I wanted to ask you a little bit how what your own media diet looks like. What are you consuming? Are you deep in the podcast world? How do you think about these things based on your own consumption of different media on your own?
Yeah, I've definitely shifted a lot into podcasts. I mean, really, it sort of accelerated during COVID-19. I sort of kept the habit up, but yours is a good one, so we've got to keep that in the mix as well. But I
Good
listen
answer.
to a lot of Ruthless, a lot of All In podcasts. Try to take in a variety of different things. But you're right. I mean, this idea of scarcity and broadcast, which has justified historically the licensing of these stations, may seem odd to people, but at the same time, it's a decision that Congress made, and it's up to the FCC to enforce it. If people don't like it, again, they can go to Congress and they can say, we don't think it makes sense anymore to treat broadcasters different, given all the competition that's out there. But until that happens, we got to enforce the law. And I do think that there's some changes we should do in the media space in light of podcasts and all this competition, because if you look at local TV stations, for instance, they're competing really in the market for advertising dollars. And if you look at sort of the percentage of advertising dollars that had supported local TV stations that has swung to digital, whether it's Google or Facebook, it's a dramatic number. And we saw this first with newspapers, right? We've got hundreds and hundreds of newspapers that have shuttered all across the country. And to some extent, that's the ghost of Christmas future for local TV stations if the FCC doesn't update its approach so that those local stations can compete with Google, with Facebook in the market for advertising. Because I do think there's still something very important in this country to have local news, local reporters, local journalists. And to some extent, that's unique among the broadcast TV, because podcasts and cable channels, they're really good at the national stories, but it's those local reporters at local TV stations that cover the local stories. And so I do think, again, empowering those to continue to do well, to survive, to stay in business is part of what the FCC does, even if it does pinch some of those national programmers a little bit.